One of the stretches that is really great for stretching the glutes and opening up the rotators is a common one known as Pigeon. And we'll see this used in yoga, various types of practices, and other classes in order to really open up the hips. But what happens is when your hips are a little bit too tight to really gain the benefit of this pose, you'll feel you can feel pinching, you can feel pulling in other areas. So there's some great modifications that will allow you to really enter into the pose and slowly allow your body to use it for its benefit. So what I would recommend, I'm using a foam roller today to show you the different modifications that you can do. You can use pillows. If you have a yoga block, feel free to use that. So different ways that you can modify. Just to give you an idea of what Pigeon is, you will see it used where you bring your leg in front and it is bent at 90 degrees or as much as possible. You extend the back leg and you roll your hips forward. What you don't want to do is open up your hips to the side, and that's where we start seeing tightness show itself and the benefits of the pose just isn't where you need it to be. Some people can hold Pigeon here, some will come down on forearms, and it really depends. I promote a long straight back. I can't have a long straight back when I'm tucked like so I will typically do lengthen on my elbows, keeping a straight line from my head to my tailbone. But what if I can't do that? Well, this is where you have different ways of bolstering and setting up your Pigeon. If you feel tightness and you need assistance underneath your hip, and I would recommend trying the bolster in different ways. You can take the bolster and you can place it under your hip to relieve some of the tension of trying to pull through the hip. So by doing so, I set up my Pigeon. I am going to take the bolster and I'm going to insert it underneath my hip. By doing so, I've relieved pressure I can already feel through my hips. So here, my muscles can release as they are in this position rather than fighting me, okay? It's the fight that we don't want, okay? You want to really allow your body to experience this and to enjoy it. So once I'm here, I'm going to focus on breathing. And as I exhale, send the body down through the hip and focusing on lengthening through my hamstring, lengthening through my glute, reminding my body to relax. Because another piece of tightness is it's holding our tension, it's holding our stress. Another way to benefit this is to take the bolster and you can place it, if the hip isn't so tight but it's more the front, you can take the bolster and you can bolster underneath the front of your hip, still allowing me to roll my hips forward so I'm square. I am tucking my back toe so that I'm not allowing my leg to rest too much. And here, it allows me to still get a stretch because my limit is might not necessarily be on my hip, but is on tightness in the front side. So I really suggest when you're working to bolster your Pigeon, try out both. See what allows you to really get in to your hold and to really allow your body to lengthen and sink into the pose, okay? Because that's going to give you the most benefit.